is not good. Answer Young is going to retire.
It's gone wide. Take the India Open Super 750 title. And how fitting that it was an outright winner from Tai Su Ying. The wait is over. Mayu Matsumoto and Wakana Nagahara beat Chang Chuxiang and Cheng Wu. And the 14-month wait is over. Done it. Tang Minghyuk and So Seung-jae of Korea.
Hello everyone and welcome to Badminton Weekly with me, Colette Wong. Now, as you've seen from our opening montage, there wasn't a dull moment at the recently concluded Yonex Sunrise India Open. Despite the cold weather in New Delhi, your favourites brought the heat on court and gave us plenty to talk about. And I have the perfect person to accompany us through it all today, India's very own doubles player, Ashwini Ponnappa. Welcome back, Ashwini. It's so good to see you.
Hi, Colette. It's good to be back.
As expected, the Indian fans brought the energy into the KD Jadhav Indoor Hall, where they saw a couple of the home stars go deep. Men's doubles duo Sakwi Sairaj, Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty were of course one of them as they made it back-to-back finals. They really lived up to their Brothers of Destruction nickname in the semis and even started strong in the first game of the final against Kang Min-hyuk and So Seung-jae. But what went wrong for them after that?
I would say the Koreans played really well. They made sure that they didn't give a lot of easy lifts in that second game. They're very strong on their drive. They're very strong on their keeps and moving forward. They didn't really give Shetty and Ranki Reddy their favorite position of hitting from the back and finishing from the net. Definitely the Koreans were very strong on their drive game, and I would say that was the game changer for them in this match because Ranki Reddy's got one of the hardest smashes and Shetty is super sharp at the net. So I would say they controlled the conditions really well and they dealt with that match the way it should have been dealt with, knowing that they were playing against a very strong opposition. So they made sure that they played to their strong points.
HS Pranoy also gave the home fans a reason to cheer, reaching his first ever semi-finals in the tournament. Despite falling short against the eventual winner Shi Yiti in the semis, would you say his resilient performance throughout the week is exactly what Pranoy and the fans as well were hoping for after his opening round exit in Malaysia?
Most definitely. I would say having that opening round loss at Malaysia is not something that Pranay would have looked forward to in starting the year with a loss in the first round. But coming into the India Open and getting to the semis in front of your home crowd is definitely something that you would have loved to have happened. And what better place to get that momentum going than the India Open. Pranay has played some really good matches up until the semis. And I'd say the semis was it seemed like he was a bit tired in that match. But Shiuchi played incredibly well. He was strong, he was solid. So it made it pretty difficult for Pranay to go on and get to the finals.
And in the finals, Shi Yiti continued his strong showing to end Lee Chok-hyu's fairy tale run. This victory ended Shi's 14-month title drought, which saw him play and lose 5 finals. How much of a relief is it then for him? And do you think we can expect more titles to come his way now?
It definitely is a start. Having reached 5 finals and lost those finals and having his first win here at the India Open is definitely going to be a confidence booster for him. It's been pretty good to see Shiuchi play because he's played some really strong matches. He's got this in-between half smash that he plays and it keeps his opponents guessing when he goes all the way all around. It's like you don't know whether he's going to hit down the line or across, and he's got some really good sharp smashes from that angle. At least at the India Open, he's hit shots that have just gone on the line and it's been amazing to see. And of course his net play has been really good. He's got this very deceptive sharp net shots that he plays and he's pretty dominating at the net. And that's continued as well at the India Open.
我觉得还是非常不容易吧，这从上一站到现在，包括从去年后半年是非常不容易，我觉得也一直对这个冠军比较渴望吧，然后这次也是拿到，我觉得是确实非常开心。
Moving on now to the women's singles. Tai Tzu Ying really rolled back the years in Delhi. No games dropped, second straight final, and in what was a rematch of the 2020 Tokyo Gold Medal Showdown, Tai dominated Chen Yufei for her first title of the year. She looks set on ending her career with a bang in Paris, doesn't she?
It does seem like that. It does seem like Tai Tzu Ying plans on ending her career with a bang, because she's been incredibly well, having won the finals at the World Tour finals, following it up with reaching the finals at the Malaysia Open, and again getting to the finals and winning the India Open. That's 3 back-to-back finals and 2 titles in that. I think it's incredible that she's going towards the tail end of her career with these amazing performances and amazing wins, and I'm pretty sure it's only just the beginning of the kind of games you're going to see from her. I think she was very steady on court when she was playing her matches. She had some good defensive shots where she literally just put the shuttle across and caught Chen Yufei out in that, and of course her deceptive drops. Tai Tzu Ying is known for her deceptive shots, and her deceptive drops did catch Chen Yufei on quite a few occasions. And I would say overall, the finals, Tai Tzu Ying was definitely more steady and a lot more in control of the game than Chen Yufei was.
Also earning their first title of the year is Thai duo Dechapol Pwavaranukro and Sapsiri Teretanachai. But they had to work really hard for this title after being pushed to their limits in both their quarterfinal and semi-final showdowns. How much do you think those hard-fought matches went towards them winning the final?
For me, I would say Thai pair winning that quarterfinal match against Watanabe and Higashino with a 27-25 win in that thrilling third set of match would have given them the confidence they needed going forward, and of course having a tough semi-final match needed even more. I think when you win these really hard-fought battles, it gives you a lot of confidence when you come out on the winning side and you go into the next round. And even though they had tough matches going into that finals, they played really flawlessly and they seemed a lot more in control. Like they were quite comfortable with what they were doing on court, and they knew what needed to be done, and they were very, very confident with their shots, and it showed with the way they played.
I'm very proud of my team, and sometimes I'm mistake, and she can help me today, and she also played very well today, and that's why we can win today.
We are very happy, both about the game, the planned game, and win today, because we made it today. We can do it.
I have this now.
We'll hear from Ashwini later on in the show, but for now, let's hear from Shazad Hak, who was on site throughout the week as he shares who else caught his eye, as well as an insight on An Se-young's niggling knee injury that saw her bow out in the quarters.
Yeah, I think one of the big stories of the India Open, unfortunately, is An Se-young and how she had to drop out of the quarterfinals. She didn't look particularly good, by her standards, I must add, in the preceding matches. Ratchanok Intanon pushed her all the way. Baewan Zhang also took a game off her. If you include the final of the Malaysia Open, that's 3 matches in a row where she lost a game. And then up against Yo Jamin, she lost. That's a 4th game in a row where she lost a game. Now the concern is how much is she pushing herself at the moment. She's well and truly clear for the Olympics. And now I think she's just got to be a bit judicious in picking her tournaments. We don't know the full extent of the injury, and we wish her all the very best. But she just has to be a little bit careful because the Olympics will be a poorer tournament without her in it.
일단 이제 허벅지도 많이 늘어났고 체력적인 한계를 좀 느꼈던 것 같아요. 그래서 좀 어려운 경기를 할 것 같아서 몸 관리 차원에서 좀 기권해야 될 것 같다고 생각했었습니다.
So 2 players kind of have caught the eye. We'll start with Lee Chuk-yu because the conditions here in India are slower, and he's a very attacking player, but he has really come to the fore. He's kind of worked on his defense. He played brilliantly against Kunlavat Vitidsan, so I was really impressed with the way Lee Chuk-yu approached that. And then against Ginting, I think he was superb. So now there's 2 players in which the conditions here probably suited them more than Lee Chuk-yu, and he took it on board and he's played brilliantly. Yeah, the other player I want to pick out is Yo Jamin of Singapore. She got into the semi-finals, admittedly through An Se-young pulling out, but it's how she's approaching these matches. She's not looking overawed by the situation. She has admitted that playing in Korea, training for 2 weeks with the likes of An Se-young and the rest of the Korean team has really stood her in good stead. And you can see it. She's beaten Han Yue in Malaysia. She beat Tun Jung here. That's 2 top 10 players. Last year, she didn't manage that at all. She's had a fantastic start to 2024. She couldn't win her first 5 matches in 2023. So already this year is a massive improvement on last year. So I think this year could be a time for her to go up the rankings and of course a place in the Olympics too.
Speaking of standings, here's how the race to Paris is shaping up. There's plenty of movement in the men's singles category. Pranoy climbs 3 spots to 6th. Chok Yu moves up 4 spots to 12th, making him the biggest mover. In the women's singles, Wang Ziyi reaches the top 10 but falls short of the top 2 Chinese players, while Kim Ga-eun and Ratchanok Intanon drop to 11th and 12th respectively. Ranki Reddy and Shetty's second place finish sees them climb up a spot to 4th in the men's doubles discipline, while Malaysia's Aaron Chia and So Wee Yik fall 1 place down to 5th. Mayu Matsumoto and Wakana Nagahara's first title in nearly 3 years means they are now in 7th, making them one of the top 2 Japanese women's pairs. And finally, the top 10 remains unchanged in the mixed doubles. Now let's hear from some of the players as they share what fuels their drive in this qualification period.
I think this year for myself, is the first Olympic because last one, I really feel like upset because my ranking is 17. I can hit that 16. I also can go to Tokyo Olympic, but in the last 4 tournaments is cancelled about the COVID. So after that time, I really want to fight about the Paris Olympic for myself, so I really don't care about anything, just empty my first Olympic first year.
I managed to qualify for the Tokyo Olympics, but that was during COVID period, so a very different experience, I would say. So looking at all the last time will be Lee Chong-wei and Lin Dan, seeing them inspire many people at the Olympics. I hope to be able to do that as well in this coming one.
I think this Olympic for me is very special because I think we play once before in Tokyo, and it's very huge for us. I think because we as an underdog and we play this major event, it just feel like a dream come true. But now it's different stage for us because we go through a lot of tournaments, and we are more mature now, and we should prove something in the Olympics, I think. So we want this process to be better and better through the tournaments.
And the season continues at the Daihatsu Indonesia Masters, where Team Indonesia will be hoping to find winning ways in their own backyard, especially Jonathan Christie, who's looking to defend his crown despite a lackluster start to 2024. Ashwini, do you think this is where things will turn around for Jonathan Christie?
I think it's going to be 50-50 because he's also going to have pressure to win. And if he can deal with that pressure really well and overcome that first round and get that momentum going, it will be very promising for him for the rest of the tournament.
And finally, Carolina Marin is back in action as well. The Spaniard's been drawn to take on Mia Blichfeld in the first round. It's going to be really interesting to see how she starts the year after being away longer than everyone else, and also to see how she responds after coming so close in last year's season closer in Hangzhou, Ashwini.
I would say Carolina Marin's mental strength is her biggest strong point, and she's never let any setback hold her down, be it an injury or illness. So having said that, even though she's had an illness, it's not like it would set Carolina Marin down. She's definitely going to be gunning to go and doing well because that's her nature, and she's not someone who gives up. She gives 100% with whatever capability and capacity she has on court that day.
Well, we've come to the end of today's episode. Thank you so much once again, Ashwini, for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Colette, for having me. It was fun being on the show, as always.
Now, don't forget to catch all the action from the Daihatsu Indonesia Masters from the 23rd to the 28th of January. If you're on the go, don't fret. Stay up to date with our BWF app, Badminton For You, where you'll find the latest news updates, match results, analysis, and highlights. Can Jonathan Christie defend his crown this week? Do let us know on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Until next time, you take care. Bye-bye for now.